The North African desert, a landscape of scorching sun and endless sand dunes, stretches out in a seemingly infinite expanse. This harsh and unforgiving terrain became a battleground of crucial importance in World War II, where the fate of nations would be decided. El Alamein, a small Egyptian railway stop, found itself at the heart of this monumental struggle, becoming a focal point in the vast desert. In this unforgiving environment, two powerful military forces, the Axis and the Allies, were about to clash in a confrontation that would have significant implications for the outcome of the war. The desert would soon echo with the sounds of battle. The stakes were incredibly high at El Alamein, with both sides understanding the critical importance of this engagement. For the Axis powers, particularly Germany and Italy, North Africa represented a chance to seize control of the Suez Canal, a vital artery for global trade and military logistics. This vital waterway held immense strategic value, serving as a crucial passage connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean beyond. Control of the canal would open new avenues for Axis operations. Control of the Suez Canal would grant the Axis a significant advantage in the war, disrupting Allied supply lines and potentially altering the balance of power. It would be a game-changer in the theatre of war. Conversely, the Allies recognized the dire consequences of an Axis victory at El Alamein. They knew that losing the canal would be catastrophic. The fall of the Suez Canal would be a devastating blow, severing a critical lifeline for Allied forces in the region. It would cripple their ability to sustain their war effort. The flow of supplies, reinforcements and vital resources would be severely hampered, jeopardizing their ability to effectively challenge the Axis powers. The stakes could not be higher. El Alamein wasn't just about controlling a strategic location, it was about the broader implications for the war. It represented a clash of ideologies and the determination of nations to protect their interests. The soldiers knew they were fighting for more than just land. The outcome of this battle had the potential to reshape the course of World War II, influencing the direction of the conflict and the future of the world. The significance of El Alamein in World War II cannot be overstated. It was a battle that would shape the course of the war in North Africa and beyond. It was more than just a battle. It was a turning point in the North African campaign, a decisive moment that would influence the entire trajectory of the war, and a pivotal moment in the global conflict. The strategies and decisions made here would ripple across continents, affecting countless lives. The outcome at El Alamein would have far-reaching consequences, altering the morale and strategic positions of both the Axis and Allied forces. For the Axis powers, a victory at El Alamein would mean more than just control of the Suez Canal. It would signify a major strategic advantage in the region. It would provide a much-needed morale boost, especially for the German Africa Corps, who had been fighting relentlessly in harsh desert conditions. A triumphant Rommel, already a legendary figure, would further solidify his image as the Desert Fox, striking fear into the hearts of his enemies and inspiring his troops. Moreover, an Axis victory could potentially lead to the capture of vital oil fields in the Middle East, resources that were essential for sustaining their war efforts. These oil reserves were crucial for fueling the German war machine, and their loss would deal a severe blow to the Allied war effort, making it harder to sustain prolonged engagements. The stakes were incredibly high, and both sides were acutely aware of the potential rewards and risks involved. The battle was not just about territory, but about the future direction of the war. The Allies, on the other hand, understood that a defeat at El Alamein would be a serious setback. It would undermine their strategic positions and morale. It would embolden the Axis powers, particularly Germany, and raise doubts about the Allies' ability to defeat them. The psychological impact would be profound. The loss of the Suez Canal would significantly impact Allied operations in the Mediterranean, potentially forcing them to withdraw from the region and rethink their strategies. The Battle of El Alamein witnessed a clash of two brilliant military minds, Erwin Rommel, the legendary Desert Fox of Germany, and Bernard Montgomery, Britain's meticulous and determined commander. Their contrasting leadership styles and strategic approaches added another layer of complexity to the battle. Rommel, known for his audacity and swift, decisive maneuvers, had earned a reputation as a master of desert warfare. He relied heavily on surprise, speed, and the element of initiative, often outmaneuvering his opponents with daring attacks and flanking maneuvers. His leadership was characterized by charisma and a willingness to take risks, which had served him well in the North African campaign. His ability to inspire his troops and lead from the front made him a formidable adversary. Montgomery, in contrast, was a meticulous planner who believed in the importance of thorough preparation and overwhelming force. He was known for his meticulous attention to detail, ensuring that his troops were well equipped, well trained, and well supported before launching any offensive. Montgomery's leadership was characterized by caution and a determination to minimize casualties. He believed in the power of preparation and logistics. The clash of these two military titans at El Alamein promised to be an epic encounter. Rommel's tactical brilliance and Montgomery's strategic depth set the stage for a battle that would test the limits of both commanders and their respective armies. The outcome of this confrontation would shape the course of the North African campaign and have lasting implications for the war. The Battle of El Alamein commenced in the scorching heat of the North African desert. The opening salvos marked the beginning of a fierce confrontation between two determined forces, each vying for control of this strategically vital piece of land. The Axis forces, led by Rommel, aimed to break through the Allied lines and seize control of the battlefield. They launched a series of attacks hoping to exploit any weaknesses in the Allied defences. The German Afrika Korps, renowned for its desert warfare expertise, spearheaded the assault, utilising their mobility and firepower to engage the enemy. The Allies, under Montgomery's command, were prepared for the Axis onslaught. They had constructed a formidable defensive line consisting of minefields, barbed wire entanglements, and fortified positions. The British Eighth Army, bolstered by units from other Commonwealth nations, stood ready to repel the Axis attack. The initial clashes were intense, with both sides exchanging artillery fire and launching probing attacks. The desert air filled with the roar of tank engines, the clatter of machine guns, and the deafening explosions of bombs. The Battle of El Alamein had begun in earnest, and its outcome was far from certain.